Hi everyone, how are you all? Okay, so I hope that, okay, please unmute yourself and please switch on your camera. Yes, now I can hear you all, but I can't see you. Yeah, now you all are visible and audible also. Hi everyone, how are you all? Hi. That's great. So, should we wait for school too? Yes, let's wait. So, how was your day? You enjoyed your holiday, right? What things you have done in holiday? Yes? What? Didn't understand what you are saying. You did nothing. One student can say that. Any one of you can say what you were saying. Okay, Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, that's good. So you celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi. Acha, so you enjoyed your holiday, right? That's great. And how many of you studied on the Ganesh Chaturthi day, like on the holiday? Yes? No one studied on the holiday. How many of you studied? Okay, and rest just enjoyed, right? Okay, that's good. Now, second thing is that how many of you have solved the previous worksheets? Yes. Okay, worksheets are not coming. Is that so? How many of you have not received the worksheets? Okay, that's okay. So I'll inform and I'll make sure that the worksheet comes on time. Okay. Thanks for the feedback. I'll inform the team for this. Clear? Okay. How many of you have revised the session? Okay. Any doubts anywhere? No, all the things are clear. That's good. So I hope that you all are enjoying the sessions and you all are liking the sessions. Are your concepts are getting clear? Are you able to learn something new here? That's very good. That's very good. Okay. Now, let's let's wait for a while for the school too, and then we are going to start the session. But before that, what were the things which we revised in the what are the things which we learned in the previous session of this subject, that is NS? Who is going to just help me with that? You all are turning the pages. I can see that you all have not revised and चलो सर ने पूछा जल्दी जल्दी से पेज टर्न करके बता दो सर को, है ना? Is that so? Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes to everyone. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Just revise it in within 2 minutes, and any one of you just stand up and let's revise the whole thing till now, whatever we have discussed. Okay? Yes? How many? 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, not more than that. Just giving you all 2 minutes to revise. Just 2 minutes. Okay, I can see you all are going with your notebook. That means you haven't revised or what? Okay. That we have 1 more minute. Quickly, we just have 1 more minute. 1 more minute only. Okay. So it's around like we have 30 seconds, 40 seconds more. Yes. Okay, time's up. Time's up. Now close your notebook. Close your notebook, everyone. Okay, who is going to help me with that? Who is going to tell me what were the things which we revised in the last session?
We learned about amoeba.
Okay, and what's your name? Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sumer. Okay, any other student? Any other student? Any other student? Always whenever I ask the question, Sumer comes. Any other student? Sumer will choose his friends to answer now. Chalo. Sumer, help me choose any one of you, of your friends.
Yes, sir.
Whom you are going to choose? And now Sumer is thinking that now I can say, हाँ ये मेरे को क्लास में परेशान करता है, अभी मैं इसका नाम लेता हूँ. Anyone? Okay. What? Chalo. That's good. Okay. And after the class, are you going to tell him that why you have chosen my name? Will that be something you are going to do? Okay. Chalo, let's revise. What were the things which we discussed in the previous session?
About amoeba, sir.
Do we have the mic? Yeah, please speak in that.
About amoeba, sir.
Okay, about amoeba. About amoeba, what we have discussed?
Digestion, sir.
What?
Digestion, sir. Amoeba
And in digestion, what we have discussed?
digestion.
In digestion, what we have discussed? Okay, if you want to pass the question, you can pass it to your friends. In digestion, what were the steps which we discussed? You can pass to your friends. In boys also, you can give to boys also. Anyone. Which one? Okay, please come. Yes, what's your name? I'm unable to see your face. Can I see your face once? Ah, hi. Okay, what's your name? Yes? Akhil. Okay. So what were the steps of digestion we have discussed in the previous session?
Digestion.
Yes?
Digestion.
Oh, yes. Next.
Digestion.
Okay.
Absorption.
Yes.
Assimilation.
Assimilation and
Ejection, sir.
egestion. Exactly. Chalo, clap for him. That's good. You can get back to yours. Oh, before going, just choose any one of them. What else we have discussed?
Yes, sir.
That one, she came earlier also, right? You came earlier also, right? Before this, you came like is this your second time you are answering the question or the first time you came Abhi in this session?
Sir.
Okay, first. Okay, then okay. What else we discussed
About amoeba, digestion,
after that?
ingestion, digestion,
Yeah, after that, after the topic of amoeba, what else we discussed?
pseudopodia.
Yes.
Pseudopodia.
Pseudopodia, okay. And what else we discussed? Okay, can you choose anyone from the last benches or anyone from the middle? Just choose it. Yes. Okay, please come. Come forward. Okay. So your name is Diksha. Uh, I'm unable to hear. Pratiksha, Diksha. Can you spell it once?
NIREEKSH.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so what things we have discussed else? Like we have discussed about the amoeba, and after the amoeba, what else we discussed?
Solid liquids, gases.
Solid liquid gases. That was in the PS, na?
Respiration in amoeba, sir.
Yes, excretion and
Amoeba.
did we not discuss the cheek cell activity, onion cell activity?
Yes, sir.
Then why you all are not saying forgotten? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Say yes, I have forgotten.
Yes.
So why didn't you all revise? Okay, great. Go back to your seat. Go back to your seat. So every session, I'm going to ask you some of the questions, and I'm going to get to know that whether you all are revising or not. And if not, should I give you a little bit punishment also? Hmm? Should I punish you for not revising? Yes. Okay. So from next time, but I'm going to punish you. Okay. And the punishment will be that the student who is not revising will have to teach us the whole chapter. That will be the punishment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Will that be very interesting? Then everyone has to revise. Clear? Done. Let us start now. School 2, am I audible clearly? Am I visible clearly? Just let me know once. Okay. So now what we can do is that, let's see. Let's, yeah, yes. So whoever have joined the session, I hope that you all are able to hear me and you all are able to see me, right? If there is any issues at any point of time, you can just message me in the chat box or you can just unmute yourself and speak to me. Clear to everyone? Okay, sure. Now, let's see. Now, since everyone knows me, I'm not going to give my introduction. So, I'm going to ask you what's my name. Everyone knows my name, right? Yes. Is there anyone who doesn't knows me till now? Now, just a second. Yeah. Okay. So today we will be starting as we were doing the same chapter, that is cell structure and function. In this, we are going to discuss about the cell membrane and its properties. Today, we will be focusing on the cell membrane and its properties. Okay, everyone?
Sir.
Hi, school 2. How are you all?
Fine, sir.
That's good. Now, so what things we discussed in the last class? We discussed about the digestion and the respiration of the amoeba. Yes or no? We discussed about the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell. Yes or no? We also discussed about the
Sir.
plant and human cheek cell activity. Yes?
Sir.
That's good. Now, since we have discussed some of the topics, so I will be starting this session with the help of some questions. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So are you all ready for the questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, should I give you the question? Just 1 second, I'll check that. Yeah. So the question says that which of the following is present in eukaryotes and prokaryotes? That means you will be given some of the options and you have to choose that which substance or which cell organelle is present in the prokaryotes as well as in the eukaryotes. So the options are ribosomes, nucleus, mitochondria, and none. So who is going to answer this question? The ones who are attending from their own mobile phone, they can just use the reaction facility. Okay. Who is going? Yes, okay. We have a student from school too. So, according to you, what can be the answer for this question? A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, or D for dog? Which one? Yes, B. Nucleus. Okay. So, option B is given by school 2. School 1? Anyone from school 1? A for apple, B
Mitochondria.
for ball, C for cat, or D for dog? D for dog. Okay, so we got D also. Any other who wants to change the answer or who wants to challenge these answers? Anyone? Anyone who feels both the answers are wrong?
Ribosomes.
Who said uh, yes, school 2? I have got one answer A also. School 2, yes, you were raising your hand, right? The girl was raising the hand. Yes. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. Which one? A. Okay. So now let's see what will be the correct answer here. Are you all ready for the answer? So let me show you the answer, and the correct one is option number A. Who said option A? And one more student has said option A, right? Okay, clap for them. Clap for them. Now, those student who said nucleus, why you have said nucleus? Have you forgotten that in prokaryotes the nucleus was not present? We discussed in this last session, right? Yes or no? So will you remember it? Okay, the ones who who have made the mistake in this question, please write it somewhere so that in future you are not going to make mistake in these type of questions. Clear to everyone? Okay, that's now what today we are going to discuss a very important topic and an interesting one, that is the osmosis. And then we are going to discuss about its definition, about the types of solutions, that is hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic. We're also going to discuss about the end osmosis, exosmosis. And after that, we are going to discuss about the cell membrane, its definition, and the properties of cell membrane. Clear? Okay. How many of you know about the term osmosis? Anyone? Like, have you heard it or it's a very new term for you? How many of you heard the term osmosis earlier? No one. Oh, chalo, that's great. So we will start from very basic and we are going to learn about the osmosis. Now, how many of you know about the diffusion? How many of you know about the diffusion? Should I write here DIFFUSION? How many of you know about the diffusion? Diffusion? No? Okay. Those who don't know, just raise your hand. Those who don't know about diffusion, raise your hand. In both the cases, you are not going to raise your hand, right? Okay. See, if I tell you that suppose, what is this? Water. Okay.
What is
Now, if suppose I am going to pour this water on my, let's suppose I'm going to pour this water on my desk. Let's suppose I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, everything will be wet. So what will happen? Where the water is going to move? Will it move or will it be, present in a particular, will it be stationary or will it move towards the region where there is no water? It will move, right? Let's suppose I'm going to pour the water here in this small cup, right? And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect these two cups. So one cup is not having the water, second cup will be having the water. So where will the water move? Will the water move from the cup which has the water and towards that cup which do not has the water? Yes or no? Yes. So that means, can I say that water is moving? Just listen it very carefully. Water is moving from a place where it is already present to a place where it is not present. Yes or no? Can I say that? Yes? Everyone understood what I am trying to say? Okay, that's good. Now, in spite of using the, some normal terminologies, we are going to use some of the scientific terms. Like, can we say that osmosis is a process by which the molecules, now the molecules can be anything, it can be the molecules of water, it can be the molecules of sugar, it can be the molecules of anything, right? So osmosis is what? It is a process by which the molecules of a solvent passes from a solution of low concentration to a solution of high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Now, this definition is like what it is saying, right? Yes or no? Did you understood this definition? Understood? How many of you understood this definition? Okay, what it is saying, what osmosis is saying? Anyone? Without seeing, I'm not going to let you see that.
A solution which low concentration to high concentration.
Okay, okay. Now we are going to change here. We are going to change something. We are going to understand it in a much better way. Okay. Now, first of all, we are going to talk about the solution. Now, do you understand what solution is? Anyone? Okay. Suppose this is my bottle, and if I am, are you able to see the bottle? Yes. This is my bottle. If I'm going to add some, let's suppose I have water in it and I'm adding sugar in it. So can this mixture be called as solution? Okay. Now here I'm going to ask you that solution has two parts in it, right? Two terms. One is the solvent. Backbenchers, are you able to see what I am writing on the screen? Yes or no? Okay, then that's good. So we have two terms in the solution, that is the solvent and the other one term is the solute. Yes or no? Now, who is going to help me to identify which one is the solvent and which one is the solute? In this particular solution, which one is the solvent and which one is the solute? Water is? Okay, how many of you feel that water is solute? Okay, I can see one. Okay. How many of you feel that water is solvent? Okay, that's great. So water is actually a solvent. It is not a solute. Now, solvent is that substance in which solute is dissolved. So here solute will be what? Sugar. Okay. Yes or no? Now, understood what is happening? Now, which particle, like water particles will be more or solute particles will be more in a solution? Water. Can I say that solvent particles are more in solution? Yes or no? like if suppose I'm going to add 1 spoon of sugar, so the sugar molecule will be more or the water molecule will be more? Sugar molecule. Water molecule, exactly. And now let's suppose that I have 2 water bottles. Let's suppose, okay, let us imagine that sir is having how many water bottles? Two, not four, two. Okay. See, this is water bottle one, and in this, what I have done is that I have added 2 spoon of sugar. How much spoon? 2 spoon. Now, in the next one, the second water bottle, I have added 4 spoon of sugar. How much? 4 spoon. Now, in which interesting point is this, that the amount of water is same. Okay, the amount of water is same in both the water bottles. Clear? Now, which one is having more solute particles? Second one. Everyone is they are able to understand that second one is having more solute molecules. School, school one, school two, both. Okay. Now my second question is that among the bottle one and the bottle two, which bottle is having high concentration of solute molecules? Now you'd want to take time for think, or do you want to just answer? Should I repeat the question? Second one. Okay. Second one. Yes, exactly. So can I say that the concentration? Now, are you able to understand the term concentration? That means concentration means what? Here, if suppose that amount of particular substance is more, then we can say that the concentration is more. Yes or no? So is there any doubts with the term concentration? Are you all able to visualize it, what actually concentration means? Yes or no? That's very good. That's very good. Now, we are going to define this osmosis again. Clear? Are you able to see this diagram? Okay. Now, here, what is happening is that, first of all, osmosis can be defined with respect to two things. Like we can define the osmosis with respect to the solvent molecules also, and we can define the osmosis with the help of solute molecules also. Okay? So this definition is written with respect to which one? That is the solvent molecules. Okay? Clear? Now, this definition might be confusing for some of you. Like, can you just read the definition once? Are you able to see that it's saying something different? Is it this definition? Is this definition giving that feel to anyone? Just check it once. Anyone? Okay. I'll make this definition. We will focus on this definition also. But before that, I'm going to give you the another definition. Okay. And with the help of that definition, we are going to understand this definition. Now see, can I say that osmosis is a process in which solute molecules. Now here solute means what? Sugar. Okay. In which solute molecules move from its higher concentration, just try to understand, its higher concentration to low concentration, to low concentration. Is till now, is it clear? Are you able to visualize wherever the concentration of the sugar molecule or the solute molecule will be more, it will move towards the place where the concentration of the sugar molecule is less. Don't write this definition. Okay, we are going to focus on this one only. It's just to understand this one. Clear? The definition which is written in white, this is the universal definition. We are going to focus on this. But to understand, we are going to learn these also. Okay? Okay? So everyone, first of all, understand, then I'm going to give you the time to write. Now, here what we have studied that solute molecules move from its higher concentration to the lower concentration. Yes or no? Is there any doubt in this definition? That's very good. Now, but there is one thing. Do you know that here is a membrane in between them? This is solution 1. Let's suppose this is solution 1 and this is solution 2. This is solution 1 and this is solution 2. Okay? We have two solutions, yes or no? Are you able to hear the thunder voice? It's raining heavily in my city. Now, see. Now what is happening is that let's talk about the molecules here. So this is what? This is the solute molecule. This is the solute molecule and the pinkish color is what? It is the solvent molecule. Okay? Yes or no? Understood? Which is solvent, which is solute in this diagram? Now, according to this particular definition, what should have happened? According to this particular definition, क्या होना चाहिए था यहाँ पे? What should have happened? Don't you feel that the solute from this one should move this side? Yes or no? According to this definition, we are seeing that the solute should have moved from 2 towards 1. But is that happening? Are you able to see? Is that happening? Is there any movement of solute particles? See, we're going to count the number of solute particles. Okay. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Solute molecules didn't go anywhere. Yes or no? Why? Because there is a membrane which is known as semi-permeable membrane and it says that कहाँ जा रहे हो? तुमको नहीं जाना, just wait here. Semi-permeable membrane says to solute that where you are going, you don't have to go. Right? Okay? But osmosis to hona hai, like osmosis must be performed. So for that, what will we do? There might be something. We have to do something to perform the osmosis. Yes or no? So instead of just one second. Are you all able to see the things clearly on my screen? Just confirm me once. Okay, then that's great. Now, see, instead of the movement of solute, we can say that the solvent is moving. Yes or no? Yes. Now, if suppose that, let's suppose I like once what I have done is that, like I really don't know how to make a tea. How many of you know how to make a tea? Chai, tea. Have you made tea in your house? Yes. Okay. So when I was not much kid, like I was, it's around 1 to 2 years back. Some guests came into my house, and my mother said that her should just go and make tea for them. So I just added milk. I just added water, but I was not able to understand how much sugar I have to add. So what I did is that I added 6 spoon of sugar. Can you imagine that in 1 cup of tea, I have added 6 spoons of sugar. Now, when my mother came to the kitchen and she tasted and she said that the sugar is very, very more. So, what could be the solution there? What could my mother had done to maintain the sugar level? Can we increase the amount of milk or can we increase the amount of water so that the sugar level will be managed? Yes or no? So in the same way, we can't do anything with the solute molecules. Rather, we can do with the solvent molecule. So see what's happening is that here what was that the concentration of solute was less, but the concentration of solvent was more. Yes or no? In this case, what is happening? The concentration of solvent was less. Yes or no? But the concentration of solute was more. Yes or no? So to manage, can we say that from the see, the solvent passes from the solution of low concentration to the solution of high concentration. This solution was having low concentration. The concentration of this solution was low, and the solvent is passing from the low concentration towards the high concentration. Now, is this definition clear to everyone? Like we are defining osmosis not with respect to solute, rather we are defining osmosis with the respect to solvent. Is this thing clear to everyone? Any doubts? इतना सा भी doubt नहीं है किसी को? Don't you have this much doubt also? No doubts, na? Sure? Okay. So, what I'm just going to revise you once. What osmosis is that? Like, you just have to check the concentration of solute first. Okay. Now, just check that here the concentration of solute is less. Here the concentration of solute is more. So, it should be happening that the solute from 2 to 1 must move. But there is a semi-permeable membrane which is saying that no solute, you can't go. So rather than moving the solute, we are going to move the solvent. So how the solvent will move? The solvent will move from the low concentration, the solution of low concentration towards the high concentration. Is this thing clear to everyone? Just let me know if you have any kinds of doubt, if you feel that the concept is not clear or you are having some issues, just raise your hand. I'll make you understand. Okay? Clear everyone? Thumbs up once if everything is clear to each and every one of you. Okay? How much percent is clear? Is it 50% clear? Is it 80% clear? Or is it 100% clear? 100% everyone? That's very good. Now, see, on the basis of that, on the basis of the concentration, we have some types of the solution, right? Okay, do you want to write this definition? Don't write this one. Okay, if you're writing this one, just write for your own reference. Rather, we are going to use this definition because this is the universal definition which is followed everywhere. Okay? Okay. Now see. Now, we are familiar with the term concentration. We are familiar with the term osmosis. No doubts in that. So, on the basis of concentration, on what basis? On the basis of solutions are divided into three categories. How many categories? Three categories. One is hypertonic solution. What is that? Hypertonic. Hypertonic solution. Second one is that hypotonic solution. Okay. And the third one is what? Third one is, anyone, do you know about the third one? Isotonic solution, exactly. Now, we are going to learn them one by one and let's see what is that basic difference between them. Clear? First of all, let us talk about the hypertonic solution. Now, like whenever we have a fight with our friends, we say, na, don't be so hyper. Yes or no? Like when someone is yelling at you, when someone friend is yelling at you that why you have not brought chocolate for me. So you say, na, okay, okay, now don't be so hyper. So that means what? Hyper is giving like something more, right? So hypertonic means what? That kind of solution in which the concentration is more. Okay? Let us understand this in a very easy manner. what we are going to do is that, how many of you eat the almonds? Like we keep that almonds in the glass of water, and in the morning we used to eat. How many of you have eaten almonds, badam, or kishmish? We put it inside the glass of water, right? What happens in what happens when you see it in the morning? Yes, swell up हो जाता है ना? Yes, okay. Now see what act. Just imagine the same condition. Just imagine the same condition. Like we have a beaker and we are adding water in it. What we are adding? Okay. I know the water is blue in color, but my water will be violet in color. Now, what should we add? Should we add almond or should we add raisins? How many of you like raisins? Kishmish. How many of you like that? Okay. And how many of you don't like raisins? No one. Everyone like raisins. सब कोई को किशमिश पसंद है. Okay, am I the only one who don't like kishmish? Like I really don't want to eat kishmish because it doesn't taste me well. But I like almonds. How many of you like almonds? Okay, so I'm with you all. The ones who like almonds, I'm with you all. But the ones who don't like kishmish, I'm not with you because I really don't want to eat kishmish. Okay, chalo, let's get back to the topic. Here we can have is that I have put any kind of cell. Now, if I'm putting raisins, if I'm putting almonds, indirectly I am putting a cell. Yes or no? They all are living things. They all are made up of cells, right? Now, see what happens is that in hypertonic, the concentration outside the cell will be more. Again, pay attention to my words. I'm saying that in the hypertonic case, in the hypertonic solution, what it is happening is that the concentration outside the cell will be what? Will be more. Now, if the concentration outside the cell is more, then what will happen? Will the water from the cell will move out, or will it happen that from the outside the water will come inside the cell? What can happen?
Water will come inside the cell.
Water will come inside the cell. Think about it once again. Concentration is more outside the cell. Just imagine this diagram. Concentration is more outside the cell. Wherever the concentration is more, where will be the solvent will be going? What is the path of solvent? Think. How was the water moving in this case? From low concentration to high concentration, or from high concentration to low concentration? Yes, exactly. So here we are discussing that outside the concentration is what? More. Outside the concentration is more. Inside the concentration is what? Inside the concentration is less. So what will going to happen? What is going to happen? Will the water move from the cell to outside? Why? Because cell is having low concentration and water, like the solution outside the cell, is having high concentration. So according to this, what we have read, that the solvent will move from low concentration to where? To the high concentration. Yes or no? Is it clear? Any doubts still here? That's very good. So, what will happen to this cell? Will it shrink or will it swell? In this case, shrink or swell? Shrink, exactly. The cell becomes shrink. Now, if you want to see this in your daily life, what you do is that just when you go home, just take a kishmish or almonds. Rather, kishmish will be very good. Now, put it into the water, but add salt in the water and then put it. So what will happen? The concentration. What will happen? The concentration outside the kishmish will be more, right? Because we have added salt. So the kishmish is going to lose the water. Rather than swelling up, the kishmish will become shrink. Okay, just try it in your home. How many are going to try this? Just put one kishmish only, hai na? Not just you're going to put so many kishmish, and now after that your mother will come and will say that what you all are doing. Okay, now let's do the opposite thing now. Here we discussed that the concentration inside was low or high. In this particular case, the inside the cell, the concentration was low or high? Low. Then, in this case, if the concentration inside the cell is low and the concentration outside the cell is high, this condition is known as hypertonic solution. Okay? So, can we say that when the concentration of solution outside the cell is more than that of inside, the condition or the solution is known as hypertonic solution. Clear to everyone? And when we put the cell in these kind of solution, we say that the cell will be plasmolized. What will be happen? The cell will be plasmolized. Clear? Because it is going to lose water and cell will become plasmolized. Okay, everyone? Should I move forward? Yes. Next, we have the hypotonic solution. Now, hypo is what? Is it feeling like I am getting low? Okay, hypo, low, come. Is it giving that vibe? Hyper was like high and hypo is low. So that means what? The solution outside will be having what? Solution outside will be having low concentration and cell inside the cell the concentration will be what? High. So now what will happen? Who is going to explain me this? Anyone? Just take your time. I'm giving you 1 minute. Discuss among with your friends what is going to happen in this and let me know. I want school 1, school 2 to both participate in this, and I'm going to see which school is going to give me the answer first. Like, what is the scenario happening here? I have given you the options. I have given you the I have given you the scenarios. Like solution outside the concentration is low, inside the cell the concentration is high. Now what will happen? Anyone, just discuss with your friends and let me know. Okay, let's see who is going to come first, from whether from school 1 or whether from school 2. I want to see that. Okay, okay. Yes. Can you please come in front of the camera?
Cell become big and lesser.
Cell become weaker. Okay, what will be the flow of solvent? What will be the flow of solvent? Like, will the solvent move inside the cell? Will the water move inside the cell, or will the water move outside the cell? Yes? Okay, how many of you feel inside? School 2? Inside. And how many of you feel outside? Yes, yes. Anyone? No one? Yes, exactly. So what actually here is happening is that, let me draw the diagram for you all. Here we have this beaker, and inside this beaker again, water is blue, but my water will be what? Oh, that purple water is not visible at all. So my water will be yellow this time. Now, Let's put almond because I like almonds. And inside the almond, let us suppose that the concentration inside the almond is more and the concentration of the water, that is the solvent, is less, right? So how will the water is going to move, since we know that high, it will move from low concentration to the high concentration. So which one is the low concentration? The outside water is low concentration, so the water is going to move from outside towards the or inside the cell, and that's why your almonds or the kishmish becomes fat in the morning. Yes or no? Clear? Now, can you explain this to your mother that this is happening? Everyone, how many of you are going to go home and just tell your mom that what is the science behind this? Everyone? That's very good. Just explain this to your mom that why this happening. Just tell them that I have learned a very beautiful concepts in the school and I know that why it's swelling. Clear? Yes, that's very good. Now, but one more thing, like there is one more type which is isotonic solution. Now, do you know iso, the word iso, what the word iso means? How many of you know this? Anyone? Any one of you who knows this? No one? Okay, I'm going to let you know. ISO means same. ISO means what? Same. Now see, if the concentration outside the cell and inside the cell will be same, will be there any effect to the cell? Like inside the cell, the concentration is same. Like suppose same, just for an example, just let's take an example. Let's suppose in the cell we have tablespoon of 1 teaspoon of sugar, and outside the cell also we have 1 teaspoon of sugar. So can we say that the concentration in both the cases, like outside the cell and inside the cell, is same? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now in this case, what is going to happen? In this case, what is going to happen? Will the cell become shrink, or will the cell be fat or swells up? Will there be anything happening like this? No. Why? Because there is no concentration difference, right? Unless and until there is concentration difference, then only the solution is going to flow from higher to lower. But there is nothing like that in this case. So when the concentration of the solution outside the cell is equal to the concentration of the inside the cell, then these types of solutions are known as isotonic solutions. Clear? Now, अब ऐसा like is there a thing that there is no exchange of water taking place, like between the water and the cell? Is this happening that there is no exchange of water taking place? Like no water is entering inside and no water molecule is moving outside. Is that happening? Yes. How many of you feel that this is happening? Raise your hands. No, whenever I ask this question, you start seeing your friends' faces that, Acha, okay, if you're going to raise your hand, I'm also going to raise your hand. Is it like that? Okay, I'll raise my hand. Okay, I can see some of you can raise your hand. Is this happening? Okay, if it's not happening, then what is the case? The ones who have not raised the hand, I'm going to ask you that if you feel that this is not happening, then what actually is happening? Yes? Something must be happening, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you what actually is happening is that if suppose that 10 molecules of water, just for an example, if suppose 10 molecules of water is entering inside the cell, in the same time 10 molecule of water is leaving the cell. So can we say that there is the movement of water in the isotonic solution also, but there is no net movement? Do you understand the net term? There is no net movement of solvent. There is no net movement of solvent. That means whatever the amount you are, the water or the solvent is entering inside the cell, that much amount is also leaving inside the cell, outside the cell at that particular point of time. Like suppose that this is my water bottle and I just drill a hole here and I'm pouring the water from upside and the water is, leaking from inside. So will it at any point of time, will it happen that my water bottle is going to fill? No, na? Understood what I am saying, trying to say? How many of you understood this? Okay. Okay, I'm going to let you know again. See, how much water molecules entered the cell? How much water molecule exit from the cell? 10. So if you do the subtraction, 10 minus 10 will be 1. Who said 1? 0. 10 minus 10 will be? If you are going to say 1, I'm going to complain. If you are going to say 0, I'm going to complain to Dilpreet ma'am. Should I complain to Dilpreet ma'am? Okay. So 10 minus 10 is? 0. Yes. So can I say that there is no net movement? Have we left with any other water molecules? Okay, we'll understand it like this. Suppose that I have given 10 rupees to Suman. Okay, I have given 10 rupees to whom? Okay. Now Sumer is very happy that, oh my god, I have got 10 rupees. I'm going to go and eat pani puri and all those things. But now what I have done is that I have, like, after the class, I have asked Sumer to give me back me the 10 rupees. So how much amount does Sumer have now? So can I say that there is no net amount, there is no net money left with this woman, right? Now I can say that I have given the money to Suman and I can say that I have taken back the money. So like it will be not like that. Someone will not say that you haven't given the money. I have given the money, but I have taken the same amount of money back. So that's why the Sumar is having no amount of money left. In the same way, what is happening is that 10 molecules is entering the cell and at the same time 10 molecules is moving out of the cell. So will it increase? Will the volume of water increase inside the cell? No. So can I say that movement is happening, water movement is happening, but there is no net movement. Clear? Now is it clear to everyone? Just raise your hand. How many of you feel that this concept is clear? Everyone? Anyone who is still having any doubts, please stand up at your place. The ones who have having any doubts in this concept, please stand up at your place. Anyone? No one? This is clear to everyone? Am I missing someone? Like if you are standing, if I am unable to see you, please let me know. Should I move forward? Okay, chalo, that's very good. So this completes the types of solutions, that is isotonic, hypotonic, and the third one is the hypertonic. Exactly. Now, we discussed about the osmosis. We discussed about the um that is the types of solution. Now, see, we are going to discuss about the types of osmosis, and this is very, very easy. We just have two types of osmosis. One is exosmosis, and other is the endosmosis. One is what? Exo, and the other one is the endosmosis. Now, like if suppose that I have came to your house, so what you are going to say? Please enter. Andar aiye. Yes or no? Or you are going to say me nahi sir ab bahar rahiye. Here what you are going to say? Under exactly. So this under, the word under is rhyming with which one? Exo or endo? Exo से rhyme कर रहा है. Is it rhyming with exo? Under, endo, under, endo. Yes or no? Is it rhyming with endo? So just for a reference, I'm going to write under here. Now I really don't know how to write things in Hindi, but am I writing it correctly? Is the spelling of under correctly correct? Yes? Okay, that's very good. Okay. Now exo, bahar. Okay, one we will learn. We have learned under, that means endo. So automatically exo will be what? It will be its opposite. So can I write here bahar? So everyone will learn about the endo. Automatically, you're going to learn about the exo, right? So let's see what actually these terms are. Yes? Is someone trying to say something? Any doubts? Okay, should I move on? Oh, okay, that's good. Now see, first of all, let's talk about the endo. Now, what is happening again? I hate raisins, but because you all love raisins, so I can see, I can give the examples of raisins. So what is happening here? What are you able to see? The raisins are becoming fat or becoming shrink, or another term for this, can we say the raisins are swelled up here? Yes or no? Swell, फूलना, yes or no? Now, again, just now we discussed about the types of solution. So what do you think? What type of solution here it is? Is it is it hypertonic or is it hypotonic? Hyper, how many of you feel hyper? Hypo, how many of you say hypo? Okay, school one. Hypo, hyper, which one? Hypo or hypo? Hypo or hyper? Hyper. Okay, school one, how many of you are with hypo? How many of you are with hypo? School one, hypo. How many of you are hypo? Okay, school two, how many of you are with hypo? There is lot of difference, right? The whole school two is with hypo, and okay, school one, are you with hyper? Hypo. So raise your hand. If you are with hypo, then raise your hand. If you are with hyper, then raise your hand. Okay. Why hyper? School 2, as the like, do you feel that school 1 is right? No, school 1, you're not right. Why you are thinking hyper? Say. Yes? Okay. See, what is actually happening? Here the concentration. Here where the concentration is more? Inside the kishmis or outside the kishmis? Inside, right? Inside the concentration is more. And what about here? The outside the concentration is less. So what will happen? Solvent, that is water, will move towards from the low to high concentration. Yes or no? So will it be hypo or hyper? Hypo, right? Because the water is moving inside, right? So it will be hypo. Yes or no? Clear to everyone? School one, is it clear? Okay. Now, Now here, water is moving inside or the solvent is moving inside. Water is a solvent. So can I say that solvent is moving inside? That means which osmosis is taking place? Endosmosis. Which osmosis? And in this case, what is actually happening? See, let's suppose the concentration inside the cell is low or high. What should be the concentration? Can I write it? The concentration inside the cell must be high. Yes or no? And outside the concentration must be what? Low. So that's why the water or the solvent is moving outside the cell. And that is known as which kind of osmosis? Exosmosis. Now, just to check, is it clear to everyone the terminologies, that is osmosis, hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic, exosmosis, endosmosis? Everyone? Is there anyone who feels that you have missed something or you need to, that things must be repeated for you? Anyone, any doubts? Please let me know, because if you're not going to tell me, I will not be able to identify if you are having the doubts or not, right? And whenever you have doubts, it's better to speak at that time only, because we can clear your doubts at this particular time. And then if you are going to ask it later on, or if you're not going to ask, you will like have, okay, concepts will not be much clearer. So if anyone is having any doubts, just ask me right now. Anyone? Anyone? No? Yes, you have a doubt? The second boy, school one, red mask, do you have a doubt? No? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions in the next classes on this particular topic, that is exosmosis and osmosis. And then I'm going to ask you individually, not in the group. And then I'm going to see that how many of you are able to remember this concept. Okay, everyone? Okay. So now, just a quick thing. We have discussed about the osmosis, right? We have discussed about the types of solutions, that is, okay, how many types of solution we discussed? What were they? Yes. And how many types of osmosis we discussed? They are? Okay, and that's very good. So now we are left with the topics, which is the difference between the osmosis and diffusion. And we are also be left with a small topic, that is the cell membrane. So should we cover that in the next class? Yes? Now, before going, I'm going to tell you that what things you have to do today. Since we learned a very new concept, everyone, as soon as you go home, you just take some amount of rest, and after taking rest, just open your notebook, just open the recordings will be available with you. Just revise these terms, because if you're not going to revise it today, you might get forget, because these are the things which is little bit confusing, right? High concentration, low concentration, low concentration, high concentration. So if you are going to revise it on the same day, the concepts will be crystal clear to everyone. So how many of you are going to revise it? That's great. And remember that in the next session, I'm going to ask you the questions individually, not in the group. So I am going to know that who is going to who has revised or who has not revised. Clear? Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.